The desert seems vast and empty, and without movement. But everywhere there is life. Everywhere there is life and death. Into the lonely desert came a new industry, and on a bare ridge of sand, where not even a village existed previously, a new town has come into being, set in green gardens in the middle of the desert. It is a town that exists because of oil. The great oil tanks dominate wide, tree-lined streets that were built for modern traffic. Typical of Arabia today, old traditions are retained in new buildings and new ways of life. A modern city has been built around a modern industry.
This is the administrative headquarters of Kuwait Oil Company. In a sense, it's the nerve center of Ahmadi. Nobody will deny that Ahmadi is here because of the oil operations. The whole town has been built since 1948. The name Ahmadi is in honor of a former ruler, Sheikh Ahmad al-Jabir الصباح. The growth of the town and this building illustrate the cooperation between the state and the company.
The complex operations of an oil company require considerable staff. They often have to live in sparsely inhabited places. It is an early necessity to provide for them. In fact, to create a town. Ahmadi is such a town. A prime need was houses for employees. In the early days, these were often imported prefabricated buildings, assembled on the site. But soon more permanent dwellings were erected. And today, Ahmadi has a large variety of architectural styles. Set in green gardens, they would grace any city in any country. But Ahmadi is part of the governorate of His Excellency, Sheikh Jابرالعبدالله الصباح. In an interview, he speaks of some of the problems associated with development in this area.
It's natural with the increase of the population in the area that problems, simple problems, do increase. But we are always trying to solve such problems, which include the relationship between the labor force and the companies. Secondly, the existence of the trade union in the area, which is supervised by the Ministry of Social Affairs, helps to resolve whatever problems might arise. But thank God we have no such problems at present. The government has started several projects in the area. Are there any new projects planned for the future? Yes, it is true the government has built many installations and facilities in the area, such as model schools and clinics, and the project which, God willing, we shall put into effect in the future is the Shuaiba project.
Relationships with the state of Kuwait and the company are handled by the General Oil Affairs Department. The state has a guest house for important visitors who wish to see the oil operations. It is an interesting building in the modern Arab style. The state schools in Ahmadi are as well equipped as any in Kuwait, where all children receive free education. Ahmadi schools are notable for their peaceful settings in beautiful gardens. Some services were originated by the company and were later handed over to the state. These shops were built to cater for demands in the Ahmadi area and form part of a scheme developed by the state and the company in partnership. The shops are leased from the state and are run by private shopkeepers. The state operates the post office in this shopping area. The public security and state fire services, which are based in the Ahmadi Governorate, often go into action together. An emergency such as this is another example of cooperation between the state and the company. For road casualties in Ahmadi are taken to the company's Southwell Hospital. This hospital, named after a former managing director of Kuwait Oil Company, is organized on the most up-to-date lines and is excellently equipped. It is primarily for company employees and their families, and so is complementary to the highly developed state medical services. Laboratories and specialized departments have all the latest techniques for diagnosis and treatment. The basis of all hospitals is personal attention. The staff of the Southwell Hospital are highly trained and dedicated to the care of their patients. No one gets better attention than the babies. Every possible device to give them a good start in life is installed, and the maternity ward has a proud record. No less the children's ward, for the care of children has its own rewards in their hopeful faces and dependence on help. but the best thing is to keep them well. Instruction in child care is given to all mothers at the hospital, both before and after their babies are born. This is followed up by the home visiting service. Trained staff are in touch with families and are available for advice and consultation on their health problems. Families and homes are very important in Ahmadi. Every encouragement is given to help improve houses, grow gardens, to center interest on the home and family life. A great deal of entertaining takes place in the home, where many friends meet. Ahmadi is well provided with clubs. They are centers for recreation and social life, and they're always crowded in the evenings and at weekends. The spectators are a critical audience, and there is no shortage of experts. The clubs also organize outdoor games, and football is as popular here as in other countries. Ahmadi can turn out first-class football and hockey teams for the many competitions held up and down the Gulf. In fact, you can enjoy most sports in Ahmadi. Skeet shooting is a sport that comes naturally to Arabs with their long association with hunting, and there is keen competition with American and British sportsmen. As might be expected in a climate where the temperatures run very high in summer, swimming has a big following, and swimming galas are always festive occasions. The three main clubs at Ahmadi all have magnificent swimming pools. In summer, they're rarely empty. Golf, on the other hand, seems a long way from its native Scotland, but it has many steady devotees and is increasing in popularity. Perhaps the most popular aspects of the clubs are the children's playgrounds. Activity is always in full swing. Sometimes you get a slightly upside-down view of life. It's all very puzzling. But a town must not only live, it must grow. And growth means the emergence of the young. For those who wish to make the oil industry their career, the company maintains a training center at which they can further their studies.
She isn't gone.
Because
No, she isn't what?
no, she isn't eating.
No,
Her
she
breakfast.
isn't eating.
Men straight from school enroll as full-time trainees and commence basic classes that extend their education towards their chosen goal. Later, they learn to acquire special skills, which equip them for a wide range of employment opportunities. Those skilled workers who wish to improve their knowledge may return to the training department where they're taught by expert instructors. Some are being trained for staff positions, and a proportion of these will go overseas for advanced training.
نزل 6.
بننزل 6. تنزل 6. شو صار عندنا يا ماجد؟
صار عندنا 576.
على
At evening classes, English speakers are taught Arabic, and Arabs are taught English.
Football match.
Thank you, that's enough. We continue?
There were 15,000 people there.
Thank you.
And so the desert has blossomed. Not just with the tiny desert flowers struggling for life, but with the vigorous growth of well-cultivated gardens. Many varieties of plants from all over the world bloom here. These flowers are growing where not even a village existed previously, where camels grazed the hardy desert shrubs. Where there was nothing more lasting than the footprints of animals, there is now a town that has grown and become a place on the map. But a town does not exist in buildings and gardens. The real identity of a town lies in the faces of its people. Their personality gives the town its character. In the children is its development.